So,
You want to invest in property. There's this luxurious, expensive property that we often see that even if we go to the bank to try to get the mortgage to build as such, we are unable to afford. The bank declines our applications because they are just too expensive. But we're looking at this cheap affordable property that we can build even from our salaries if we save. So that's the message for this clip.
hi there, Vantambeha, that's my name, and yes, we are talking about rentals. But before that, please remember to subscribe. Yeah, we're talking about rentals, not just any rentals, but affordable units that you can venture into. We know that a lot of things have gone up, inflation has gone up, we have fuel, we have food, everything has gone up. But you know what? The salary has remained the same. So, how can you still invest in property given their circumstances? So, yes, today we're talking about that, and stay tuned as we dive into what you need to explore before you start on the project.
There is a biblical verse that is found in the book of Luke, chapter 14, and it reads, Suppose one of you wants to build a tower. Won't you first sit down and estimate the cost to see if you have enough money to complete it? It makes sense, right? It's the same principle when it comes to you venturing into property investment. You need to sit down to see the money that you have. You need to estimate the cost, what in terms of materials that you're going to need, in terms of labor, in terms of everything that you need before you venture into property. You don't just go blindly, because going blindly means that you are going to make mistakes, and at the end of the day your investment is going to go in ruin. Yeah, so this principle here, this biblical principle, is applicable. So, what are those some of those things that we need when it comes to us now venturing into property in these affordable units? So, let's dive into it. The rental units that we're referring to is what is normally or commonly known as all-in-one, meaning that it's just one room, but there's a portion for the bathroom and there's a portion for the sink. So first thing first, you need bricks. And by the way, can I just say that I'm not a builder? So I just did a mini research, and what I'm telling you here are the basic materials that you need to in order to carry out to build this structure. So your builder should really advise you on the type of bricks that you are going to use, because you have different types of bricks here. You have the 6 inches and 4.5 inches. So in this case, I'm just doing my estimates based on the 6 inches bricks. So for a room, again, you have to factor in the size of the room. So here we're just looking at a simple 4 by 4 structure. So for the number of bricks that you're going to need, it's 500, and 500 depending on where you are. I've chosen to use 10 pula, that's $1 per brick, as the estimate. So if it's 500 bricks that you're going to need, it means that you need to set aside 5,000 pula. If it's cheaper hiring people to mold them for you, by all means do the maths and compare the number. This is just a guideline. So even if it's a room, you need to make it more marketable, and that is putting in electricity. So for electricity, there are two things that you need to factor into that is the labor part as well as the materials. In wiring, what is more expensive is actually the materials, because the approximate figure for a one-room house will be labor will be 700 and materials will be 3.5. So do the math there. So we have bricks, we have wiring. Let's go to plumbing now. So with plumbing, what I've noted, this is just my estimate. Please just do the maths when you're engaging a plumber. But from what I've seen, the labor for plumbing is more expensive, and even the materials are expensive. So what you need approximately for labor is around about 1.6, and for the materials you need 2.5. This is, remember, it's an estimate. Do your due diligence when you now want to venture into this project. It's a one room. So now we go into labor. Of course, now you need to engage the builder. Because it's a one room, obviously we won't be building, we won't be engaging such a big company coming with all those big machines. No, you engage just, labor guy to come and build your one room. So also here for the labor, it really depends on the locality. What I've noted, like here in Botswana, if you go down the villages, the labor part for one room tends to be less expensive than when you go now into the cities. So the approximate figure here for labor that you're looking at is 4.8, from 4.8 to 5,000. So that should be your budget. So we've talked about the bricks, we've talked about electricity, we've talked about plumbing. Now we have talked about labor. Now let's do the total cost and see how much it will cost us to build a one room. So once again, I was just covering the basic materials. There are those small materials that also you need to purchase, like the nails and everything, the brick forces, yeah. So those are just the small things that you also need to purchase. Of course, they also call for money. But let's do the maths here. If you are going to buy 500 bricks at 10 pula per brick, you will need 5,000 for 500 bricks. And then you need also bags of cement. The approximate number that I'm giving is 25. So at most, this is the most expensive one bag of cement is 70 bags. So you will need 1,750 for 25 bags just to build one room. And of course you need rafters. The approximate number for a 4x4, that will be 9, and the total amount of 9 rafters, if they are being sold at 400 each, is 3.6. And then of course you need labor is 5,000. Plumbing will be 4.1, and wiring will be 4.4. Of course I do not factor in tiling, and the total of that is 23,850 pula. That's the total money, that's the approximate. But we can also just round it up to 30,000. So ladies and gentlemen, for a one room you need 30,000 pula to be able to build it. I believe that pushing to 30,000, that will be able to cover materials that I did not cater for, such as the brick force, the tiling. Sorry about that. That's my little girl in the background. All-in-one, as they are commonly called, it's a room that has a shower inside. It has a bathroom. It has a small sink inside. It's your bedroom, it's your sitting room, it's all in one. That's where the name is coming from. They are affordable units. Their rentals goes from 600 to 650. This also depends where you are. Just when you're investing in this kind of property, just ensure that you have put in electricity, you have put on in the shower, so that people do not go outside when they need to shower or go to the loo. So you can do really the maths here. If you have 30,000 in the bank, earning less than or 1% interest at the end of the year, versus you invest in that 30,000 in building rental units that will generate 600 at the end of the month. So do the maths. I will favor this kind of an investment where I know that, okay, at the end of the day, I'm getting 600. I very much know that I will not be able to get my investment money within a year, but 2-3 years down the line I'm able to get that investment back and use it or invest it further into something else. So they are cheap to build, they are affordable, they are affordable. If you were to think about So if you think about it, if you build a room with asking price of 3.5 as rentals versus a unit with asking price of 600, it's easier to get a tenant for a room that is worth 600, because you're looking at the current economic situation that we're having, and where everything has gone up but the salary is stagnant. So
Otherwise, as always, thank you for watching, and please remember to hit that red button. Yeah, please remember to subscribe. We want to grow our community, and I'll see you in my next video.